Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. In today's lesson, I am going to tell you some verbs and phrasal verbs related to our actions with elevators or lifts. Now the question is, what is an elevator or a lift? If you don't know, let me tell you quickly. An elevator or a lift is a device that looks like a box. It is installed in a big apartment or building that moves up and down carrying people or things. Now you must have understood what I am talking about. So the lift is also called elevator. It is the same thing. Alright. So what I am going to tell you through this lesson is, I will tell you some verbs and phrasal verbs to describe your actions or to speak something about your actions with an elevator or lift. Alright. So let's begin. The very first action we do with elevators or lifts is we call an elevator or a lift. And how do we do it? By pressing or pushing the button from the floor where we are standing, we can call an elevator. So either you say press or push, it conveys the same meaning. So the action of calling an elevator can be described using the words such as push or press. Either you say press or push, as I said, it gives you the same meaning. Alright. So first you have to press or push the button in order to get the elevator on your floor. Alright. The second action is slide. What is slide? Well, slide is a verb that describes the actions of opening the elevator doors or closing the elevator doors. And how can you use slide in order to speak about that situation or that particular action? Let me tell you, there are two types of elevators. One is an automatic elevator and the other is a manual elevator. If you use an automatic elevator, what happens is the doors of the elevator will automatically slide open and it will automatically slide shut. So you don't have to do it manually. But when there is a manual elevator, what you have to do is you have to slide the doors open and you have to slide the doors shut. So it works that way. So let's say you are standing on the ground floor of a building and you want to move to some other floor. What you do is you push the button from the ground floor and the elevator arrives at your floor. As soon as the elevator arrives at your floor, the doors will automatically slide open, and as soon as you get into the elevator, the doors will automatically slide shut. It works that way. Let me talk about third action now. What is the third action? The third action is about entering or getting into an elevator. How can we describe that action using a phrasal verb in English? So to describe that action, you can use a phrasal verb that is step into. When you say step into, that describes the action of entering or getting into a lift. So let's say someone is entering or getting into a lift. So that action can be described using a phrasal verb that is step into. You can say he or she is stepping into the elevator, or he or she is stepping into the lift. That means they are entering or they are getting into an elevator. Alright, let's talk about the next action, and that is about getting out of an elevator. How can you describe that action using a phrasal verb? That action can be described using this phrasal verb that is step out. When you say step out, that describes the action of getting out of an elevator or coming out of an elevator or leaving an elevator. So when you reach your floor or when your lift reaches your floor, you need to get out of it. So what you do? You step out of the elevator. Let's see, you see someone coming or getting out of an elevator. How can you describe that person? You can say he or she is stepping out of the elevator. Alright, so that is how you can use the phrasal verb step out in order to describe that action. Let's talk about the next action. The next action is hold. Sometimes it is really funny. What happens is we are in a hurry and we want to catch the lift that is going down or going up, and there is already someone else in the elevator, and the doors of the elevator are about to slide shut, but you request them to make the elevator wait for you so that you can step into it and go wherever you want to go. But as I said, the doors are about to slide shut and you want to request that person to hold the elevator, to make the elevator wait for you. So you can use this verb in order to describe that action. You can say, can you please hold the doors open for a few seconds? When you say that, that means can you make the elevator wait for you so that you can catch the elevator and go wherever you want to go. So if the person who is there in the elevator is really considerate, that person may consider holding the doors open for you. If that person is not considerate, that means that person is inconsiderate or he or she is in a hurry, they might not wait for you and they may go. So depending on your relation with them, right? So it works that way. So whenever you want to request someone to to make the elevator wait for you, you can use this verb in order to describe that action. You can request them saying, would you mind holding the doors open for a few seconds, so that they will hold the doors open, and as soon as you step into the elevator, the doors will automatically slide shut if it is an automatic elevator. If it is not an automatic, it is manual one, then you have to slide the doors shut. Let's describe next action, that is stop at. What is stop at? Well, sometimes what happens is you are in an elevator and you want to go to a specific floor, but you have forgotten to press or push the button for your floor, and there are other people in the elevator too. So you are about to reach your floor and then you realize you need to go to your floor and you have forgotten to select or push the button for your floor. Then what happens is you request to the person who is standing near to the button board, saying that, would you mind stopping the elevator at the 5th floor, or can you please stop the elevator at 3rd floor, wherever you want to go, right? And then they may stop the elevator for you at the floor where you want to get out of the elevator. All right, so it works that way. Now let's talk about the last action, and that is take or use. I have already covered what is take and use in my previous video, but if you are someone who is new here, let me tell you, you can use either the word use or take in order to tell someone that how did you come to a specific floor. Let's say you go to some floor and somebody asks you, how did you get to this floor? You can tell them, I used or I took the elevator to come here. Or it is also possible, for instance, you are standing on the ground floor of a building and someone just comes to you asking you how to get to the 3rd floor or how to get to the 5th floor. You can tell them you can use or take the elevator, pointing in the direction of the elevator. You can say that, right? I hope you find this lesson helpful, and if you are someone who uses an elevator on a daily basis, you will start using these words on a daily basis whenever you want to speak about your actions associated with an elevator or a lift. Alright, so that is all in today's video, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.